At 7:13 in the morning, I, Nolan Pierce, technical writer, Natural Habitat, Quiet, was standing in pajama pants and socks, twisting in the final screw of a new deadbolt. Suddenly, 2 squad cars rolled up. Mara Yates, visor, pearls, megaphone screamed, "Step away from the door. That entry is under association control." I waved my screwdriver. She pointed and declared to the officers, "Arrest him, I run this neighborhood." I live in Cedar Hollow, a suburb with a panic attack about mailbox sizes. Our HOA president, Mara, power walks at 6:30 a.m., clipboard in hand. We have history. She fined me $200 because my welcome mat said "go away," and cited me for parking my own car facing the wrong direction for visual harmony. When my front lock started sticking, I decided to replace the set. I even notified the HOA out of courtesy. Mara responded within an hour, "Key must be filed with board for emergency access purposes." I replied with a laugh emoji and a copy of the state statute on unauthorized key retention by third parties. The emails escalated. Complaint about the unapproved lock color deviating from bronze palette version 2. They were all bronze. A message about my doorbell camera inducing surveillance fatigue in neighbors. The camera mostly recorded Mara measuring things with craft store rulers. Her masterpiece, a complaint that my failure to provide board access keys undermines community safety, citing a made-up fire code and a scenario from a rejected screenplay. Translation: she wants a key to every house. Next, flyers appeared, locks must be registered. She scheduled an inspection of my porch, lectured me on continuity of entry aesthetics, and measured the distance between my doorknob and the doorframe, 7 inches too far to the left. A guy in a reflective vest, HOA locksmith, business card printed on a bingo card, even knocked, sent by Mara. I simply closed the door and ordered another camera for the side of the house. Saturday morning, I was installing the deadbolt when Mara marched up with her clipboard militia. She stopped at the end of my driveway, pulled out her phone, and dialed 911. I heard her tell the dispatcher with an urgent tone that there was a break-in in progress at my address and that someone was tampering with the door. The officers arrived, hands near their holsters. They found me with a screwdriver, the Ring camera recording, and Mara pointing dramatically. "Mara, I run this neighborhood, officer, and this man is altering a controlled access point without HOA permission." The officers asked for proof of her authority. Then Mara made her biggest mistake. She added almost casually that she had previously tried my doorknob to ensure continuity. The officer's body cam caught that confession. One officer raised an eyebrow and asked her to repeat that. She did with pride, explaining that spot checks are essential for maintaining standards. The other officer glanced at me. I handed them a pre-prepared folder, my deed, the HOA bylaws, which only mentioned acceptable bird feeder styles and the maximum height for garden gnomes, the state statute on unlawful entry and false reporting, and the printed email where Mara had threatened weekly wellness checks via door access. Their eyebrows synchronized when they read the email. The senior officer looked at Mara and stated clearly that she cannot demand keys to private residences, cannot touch anyone's doorknob without permission, and definitely cannot weaponize 911 because she lost a power struggle. A city code inspector nearby reviewed the lock installation and confirmed on the spot that the color was fully compliant with city code. The officers took my full statement and opened a case for false report and attempted unlawful entry. I submitted a request for a temporary protective order. The neighborhood group chat went feral. People messaged me with their own Mara stories, fines for wind chimes. 2 weeks later, we were in district court. Mara arrived dressed like she was attending a corporate board meeting, carrying a trifold presentation board titled Community Security Initiative, with bullet points written in glitter glue. It featured photos of neighborhood doorknobs labeled with handwritten grades, mine a big red F-. She'd also laminated a fake certificate declaring herself Chief Security Liaison. My attorney, Jace Delgado, played the body cam footage. The courtroom heard Mara shout, "I run this neighborhood," and admit to trying my door handle multiple times. Jace introduced the bylaws, highlighted the unlawful entry statute, and submitted a letter from the city attorney warning HOAs that keeping resident keys creates massive liability. The judge stared over her glasses at Mara.
"Judge, Miss Yates, running a neighborhood is not a thing.
It is not a job. It is not a power you possess." The verdict was swift and devastating. My protective order was granted for 1 full year. Mara was fined $1,500 for false reporting, officially censured, and ordered to complete a 4-hour course titled Proper Use of Emergency Services. The HOA itself was slapped with an injunction prohibiting any key retention policy going forward. The HOA was ordered to refund my bogus lock review fee of $300 plus my legal costs, which totaled $4,200. The judge added that any future violations of the injunction would result in additional fines of $1,000 per incident. When the judge read the total amount, $6,000+, Mara's face went completely white. Her glitter board fell sideways off the easel with a loud slap. She opened her mouth, but only a small strangled sound escaped. She gripped the table, staring at the judge, realizing her reign of petty tyranny had finally met a higher authority.